It defies reality, because you realize that really what you're talking about is access to real resources. You're not talking about pieces of paper. You're not talking about keystrokes. Please take a step back. You don't understand, and there's no harm in not understanding. The idea of having people not understand how vital the language change is, and being unrelenting, unequivocal, absolutely straight up and unbending, unyielding. I am not going to cave a nanosecond, not an inch, not nothing on the truth, because I'm not fighting to pass one bill today. I'm fighting to change the world. And the people that follow us gratefully are fighting to change the world as well, because this is not just a U.S. issue, is it? It's in fact, the U.S. has exported its idiocy around the globe. Yeah. And here we are. We've got friends in Australia, friends in the UK. We're talking about a global scourge. We've got friends all over the place that are living and breathing this neoliberal austerity model that there should be no cover for. This is worse than racism. This is worse than war, because this is the ultimate core of war. This is what gives racism its bite. This is the ultimate single shot. You want one spot to fix almost everything? Start with economic justice. And MMT is the pathway there. How do we get them to understand this, that this is not just a US problem? This is a global problem, and that we're not going to beat it just focusing on our own little teeny piece of the earth, that we've got to worry about the whole enchilada.
Every time an American politician says something stupid, it gives a politician in the United Kingdom, for instance, the ability to say something stupid. Look at Australia. Well, we've got to follow the US way, right? Whatever the US is doing, we've got to do it too. That's what the politicians want you to do. The whole thing is that the US influences the world. So what you're not understanding is that if you're a US citizen, neoliberalism in America, the corporate culture here and the government, which is enabling it, is exporting it to the UK. And it's destroying people's lives. It's dismantling their universal health care service, the National Health Service. It's cutting people's benefits off. It's declaring terminally ill people fit for work. Your country is responsible for this. You've got to help reverse that. You've got to understand that. It's down there in Australia dismantling other people's safety nets. There was 40 years ago, these countries would look at the US, especially during Reagan's time, the UK, and Australia, they would look at the US and go, I don't, no. And now it's sort of like, let's just adopt the US way. That's what the Tories are doing in England and the Conservatives down there in Australia. I mean, it's insane how everybody's trying to mimic the US.